Hatfield McCoy Museum, FredMcCoy.com. Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day.
If you look in the background, you'll see this bed, the table back here, the little bench, all the photography downstairs here, and then we've got more upstairs. There's going to be a segment of 2 or 3, 4 videos probably from Godey's. You know, over the years we've talked, Sheila and I have, about Godey and Mike Ray. Godey's maiden name, I think she was a Daniels, and she married Mike Ray, and her and Mike purchased the old store at Metter from Sissy Browning. Sissy Browning was the daughter to Nancy Hatfield Steele, and Nancy Hatfield was a daughter of Uncle Wall Hatfield, Justice of the Peace in West Virginia, Devil Anse Hatfield's brother. He died in prison ultimately. And over the years, Mike and Godey, when they bought that store, it was just like it was when Nancy Hatfield still owned it, and just like it was when Sissy Browning and her husband owned it. The store was built sometime in the late 1880s, late 1800s, but around 1880s. And Nancy Hatfield and her husband built that store. And that's where everybody in that community traded at. It was a little country store for the Newtown, Red Jacket, Metter, all that area. Now, throughout the years, Sheila and I made several trips to Godey's. It was called Godey's Hardware after Mike and Godey got it. And we made several trips up there, became real good friends with Mike and Godey. You'll see pictures over here. You'll see pictures upstairs of Mike and Godey. Now, Mike and Godey just passed away in the last year and a half. Passed away just 9-10 months from each other. And they was the sweetest people ever was. Now, Mike and Frank from American Pickers come in and done a story on them. In fact, like I said, Sheila and I purchased a bunch of stuff from them. We actually purchased this picture. And this is to Mike and Godey. God bless. It's Frank and Mike Wolf. That was the autographed picture that they gave to Mike and Godey at the hardware store. And they had that hanging in their hardware store. Sheila and I have an eye for items that we think would be interesting to people. And we thought that that photograph with their signatures on there, made to Mike and Godey, would be a good keepsake, and it has been. And Godey said she wouldn't have sold it or let anybody else had it. She was tickled that Sheila and I got it for the museum. Now, we're going to show you on this video here, it's going to be a short video, but this one here, Mike and Frank's just now getting to the store. And as they pull up to the store, you'll see on the front door there, Godey's Hardware. And we've got that sign upstairs. We bought everything in that building that was anything to do with the Hatfield McCoy that had any relevance to it, basically. We bought the sign off the front of the building. If you'll notice way down on the right-hand side of the building, as you're looking at it when they pull up, there's a weather vane, a weather mail pouch, weather temperature gauge. We bought that. It's upstairs. And as we go through this video showing you different things that's on there that Mike and Frank tried to buy or wanted to buy, and they wanted to buy the bed. Bed wasn't for sale at the time. Mike and Frank wouldn't have given what the McCoy family gave for the bed anyway. They like things cheap, and authentic things don't come cheap. If you want something that's authentic, you've got to pay for it. So on this video here, we're going to continue, and then we're going to go upstairs and show you some of these items that they point out.
Frank and I are cruising around looking for a freestyle, but all I keep thinking about is that Hatfield McCoy pick that Danny's been working on. Here, Danny's calling. Hey, Danny, you got the Hatfields and McCoy lead? What?
You guys need to head to West Virginia
now. You got it? The lead consists of.
So we're on the street of that Devil Anse Hatfield himself used to spend time in his general store.
That's really cool. Devil Anse, here we come. Danielle is setting us up with an amazing opportunity. We could be the first pickers to get into this old general store right in the center of Hatfield and McCoy territory. This is... there it is.
Grocery and hardware store.
Goldie's Grocery and Hardware Store.
That's it.
It's open. Hello!
Hello.
How you doing? Hi, I'm
All
Mike.
right, how are you?
Good.
Hi,
Nice to
Mike.
meet you. Hi. Who's
Mike.
this?
Yes.
Are you Mike too? That's easy to remember. Mike Frank. The whole time I'm thinking when we're standing on the front porch of this place is that Devil Anse Hatfield cast his shadow on this door many years ago.
Now, did this used to be like an old general store or something
Yeah.
for the people around here? Okay. So Goldie tells us this store opened up in the late 1800s, and they bought it in the 1980s. Hopefully, we can walk away with some rare Hatfield McCoy pieces.
Can we look around a little bit?
Yes.
All right, show us the way.
Lead the way.
Okay.
Old general store.
Frank and I walk inside this place, and it's incredible. It's a time capsule.
I've been in here about 25 years.
And all this stuff was in here?
Yes. A lot of this stuff was left over. The woman here in this picture used to be the one that ran the store. This is Sissy Browning, and then that's her mother right there, Aunt Nancy Steele.
Exactly alike, don't they?
And she's the niece of Devil Anse.
So this is a place that Devil Anse Hatfield would have frequented?
Yeah, oh yeah. His name is in one of the ledgers.
Can you show us the ledger? Yeah, I'd love to see that. Let's see that. There's A, B Hatfield. The Hatfields are just all over these books. So we're seeing a lot of Hatfield's names in this book. That totally makes sense. This is Hatfield territory. But if I can find something that talks about Devil Anse, this thing could be worth something. So you've found ledgers with his name in it before?
The older one is upstairs.
He slept upstairs in that old warm bed.
Oh, he did. So according to Mike and Goldie, not only did Devil Anse Hatfield shop in this store, he slept upstairs as well. We've got to check this out.
Hey guys, we've now moved upstairs and to this case here. And if you'll notice this picture here, that's the one that Goldie was referring to down there of Nancy Hatfield Steele, Sissy Browning, her daughter, and then her husband, Sissy's husband. And that is Devil Anse Hatfield's niece. Nancy Hatfield was Walt Hatfield's daughter. This is all items. This is actually Nancy Steele's purse, her boots, her cane, her bonnet. You can see this bonnet she's got on there. There's her bonnet and her pipe. I'll show it when we get back downstairs. And that is all authenticated items that belonged to Nancy Hatfield Steele when she left that store. Now over here's another case. If you'll look in the background over when she was pointing out and showing that picture, there's the license plates that was over top of the door facing. And here's the license plates here, Hatfield McCoy Ford. Used to be a car dealership in Mate 1 years ago. This here is one of the ledgers. They bought one of them, Mike and Frank did, and Sheila and I bought one of them off of her. So here's a book down here that autographed by author Dean King in his book that he had given to her, and a big poster that was in her on her cabinet there. Now over here behind this is the mail pouch temperature thing I was talking about, and it's right here on the edge of the building as you pull up. And then right underneath here was the name. Right up here is the sign, Goldie's Grocery and Hardware Store. That is the actual sign off the front of their building. Now Sheila will come back later on and she will do a thing of these photographs of Mike and Goldie. Here's an old picture of the old store back in the 1800s. No doubt with a bunch of the Hatfields from up in that area. There's Goldie's obituary, actually. And we've got Mike's in here somewhere. And again, those were two dear people to us. Now, here's a second bed that was up there that was actually used in the next room from where Devil Anse's bed was, and Chauncey, Cap, Jim Vance, who he had guarding him at the time or was there for security, they would sleep in that outer room, and that's the bed they would sleep on. It's as old as the one that Devil Anse had. Up on the wall here is all kinds of clothing that we got from Godey that went all the way back to when Sissy was a child down to her children. And as far as knowing which one's which, we don't, but those, if you look in the television show with Mike and Frank, you'll see those dresses hanging in various places. Over there's one with the little dress worn by Sissy Browning and children. So this would have been a dress that Sissy had worn, and then they've used it for Sissy's children when they were born. And that's just more old items, the old mirror, and there's Godey. And let me come out of here. Here's more items that came from that area. I have been to Godey's. She had them little pins made up, and Pike County Tourism used to visit, and that's just items that, all this stuff came from Godey's store. The old blanket, the trunk, the bed, the old plow. There's so many, numerous things that we got. And okay, we're going to finish up with this video downstairs, where they're going upstairs to see Devil Anse's bed. That's when we stop the video and come here, and now we'll pick up downstairs and finish this video up.
The stairs are creaking, they're dirty, there's hay all over them. It's painted in oxblood red. We walk into the very back of this place, and there it is. Frank, you dare me?
Get on in there. You're kind of like, watch out, dude.
Yeah. Let me see here.
Hard night, that'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah. This is where the man slept right here. This isn't some museum where there's a purple velvet rope blocking me off. I'm actually able to roll around in history.
And you just saw Mike. He's not only looking at Devil Anse's bed, he's laying on it. So not only did Devil Anse Hatfield sleep in this bed, Mike Wolf from American Pickers has also, if you're a big fan of Mike Wolf's, he's also laid in this bed. Guys, let me tell you a little history on this bed right here. This bed was put there when the building was built in the 1800s, and it was never taken out till Sheila and I purchased it and carried it down them stairs and bought it and brought it to the museum. We first took it to the museum in Renfro Valley, then here. But this bed and the bed upstairs both had never been out of that building from the time that they were put in there. And they had little sleeping quarters up top. And that's where Devil Anse would stay at when he was running from Island Creek or from May Creek. And that's one of the places, one of his hideouts. He would go up there and stay at his niece's store up over top, where he could have a good view out the windows. And he had Cap or Chauncey or Jim Vance, somebody in the other room, making sure he was protected. Now, you know, Devil Anse only had 2 beds in his life. This is one of them. The other bed was in the old home place. And after Devil Anse died and Lavasi died, she gave the home place to Tennis Hatfield. Now, Tennis Hatfield burned it down for insurance purposes. He burned it down to collect insurance. Now, he got the guns out. He got the jewelry out. He got anything that was valuable in his mind. But imagine what that bed would have been worth today. Stephen Hatfield told us that Devil Anse's real bed was actually a wooden bed. So anything like that went up in the fire. Tennis didn't see the value in it, I don't guess, or was desperate for money and sacrificed it. But along with everything else in the house like that, that bed of Devil Anse's burned up. So this is the only existing bed that Devil Anse Hatfield has ever slept in with any proof, at least for sure. There's no other, unless it's made up. This is the bed. It's never been disputed that Devil Anse didn't sleep in this bed when he would go to his niece's, Nancy Steele's store. Now, Sheila will go around at the end of this video. Stay tuned, because she's going to try to put a bunch of photographs, a bunch of different things in memory of Mike and Goldie, as well as Devil Anse's bed, Johnsy and Cap and Jim Vance's bed upstairs. If you'll see, I'll tell you one of our items over here. If you watch the Hatfield and McCoy, I don't know where it's at. Here it is, baby. If you watch the Hatfield and McCoy moonshiners, here is the McCoys. They met at Uriah and Aunt Betty's house. That's where they all met at and interviewed them. Look up here at this chair. This is the chair that's in the background when they was meeting with Scotty May and Mark Hatfield and all those different people. They were in Goldie's. Right there's the bench in the background of each picture. That's this bench right over there. And that's where they were interviewed at. And so the items that we got from Goldie and Mike we're so glad that we saved them. The roof on the old building had started leaking, and they knew that they wasn't able to repair it or going to repair it, and they were glad to see everything have a good home. And Sheila and I paid top dollar for everything. It wasn't just Sheila and I, it's the McCoy family.
Right.
But it was, we invested good money in it. Now, if anybody from West Virginia, we've got several Hatfield items in the Hatfield McCoy Museum here that came from great-grandchild of Devil Anse's, and that knew the feud, that knew the history, that is actually authenticated. He's not one of these people that he's from Michigan or Oklahoma or Waynesboro, Virginia. This guy is actually from Logan County, West Virginia, and grew up, born and raised there. And he knew the history and knows everybody and knows where the items came from, and they're authenticated. And so we would like to see down the road some of the Hatfield items actually go back to West Virginia, to a reputable museum, a reputable parties that's really wanting to display Devil Anse's and Levacy's items and things like that. So if you're interested, you can contact us by fredmccoy.com. Our phone number's on there, our email's on there, and maybe we can work something out. Sheila, you got anything?
No, it's all good.
Sheila is going to add one more clip of Goldie and Mike.
Yeah.
And then she's going to add a bunch of pictures, and that will do it on this video.
I believe Frank and Mike are happy with what they got, and we really enjoyed it with them too.
Well, I figured they'd put it to better use than what me and her would. See you guys!
Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.